Hello everyone. Can you see my screen, guys? Hi Hamida. Hi Vijay. Hi Irfan. Okay, great. Kindly confirm if you are able to see my screen as well, please. Great, Rachi. Let's wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start so that other can also get benefited. Okay. We'll start in 2 minutes. Okay. We'll not wait much. Okay. Mm, just 1 more minute. Hi Apeksha. Hi Raji. Hi Irfan. Hi Amida. Hope you all are doing good. So now I have rented this laptop and I can share all the screen. So you can see all the debug mode, table data which I'm copying, multiple screens. Okay, let's start guys. Let's not waste much time. Okay, so guys, we have created one smart form for this session, right? So the T code was smart forms and we used this name G session building print one. And then we created this form, and in that what we did is we created four windows. One is for invoice window, one address window, one customer window, one logo window. Okay, and these all are secondary windows which automatically gets created until unless we are changing from here. Okay, we can create copies window along with final window, so that will we see in upcoming session. We'll see that how to create it and what's the purpose actually for those windows and when do we create it. Okay, so most of the places we do not require copies window and final window. Secondary and the main window are the most widely used. Okay, so we'll work on this part first and then we'll go to the those parts along with that. Okay. Okay, so till now what we have learned is that how to write the code in the initialization tab. Okay, if you want to get the data in your smartphone itself, how to do this. We give one parameter. Okay, we learned how whether what's the architecture for this, like it's we saw that it has to be called report from the report program, then smart form is being called with the help of function module. We give the function module name, so that we'll see when we are going to create the report program and then when we are going to call this. Okay, then what we did is we printed address, we printed the logo, we printed the invoice, and we have not printed the customer. So we'll use that part also. And for an example, we just took one invoice number. Okay. And we printed this much data by now, like this number, then SAP logo, this is my address. Okay. We can print the address from the DRC table as well as the database table also we can print. So, but we have taken the constant and here we print the data with invoice number. Okay. With that, what we have seen is we saw some smart style also, right? What's the purpose of smart style? So we give that in here, I guess, from GDemo smart style we created. So in the smart style, what we created actually, okay, we created this smart style and then we created one character format, right? B1. So it will change the font to bold actually, like this. We'll see that, okay? And then here, if you see, we give this type, this is number, like this should be the length of this, okay? And then we created one standard paragraph and it asks us the what is your standard paragraph P1. So what's the use of this paragraph and why we are giving this in the standard paragraph? Okay, it can be blank or it can be P1, but if you're creating P1, it has to be given any of the paragraph. So if any setting, okay, if any setting we are going to change, you know what is header, what is item, or what's the data. So if anything in the page, okay, so if I go here in the smart form now, okay, if I go in the smart forms, I'm creating these labels, right? We have created these labels. So let me just give this number, okay. So we have created this label, okay. See, invoice number, the survey ID. If I'm using some kind of label over here, that all thing comes in the header and that will get changed automatically with that setting which we are giving in the P1, which is paragraph 1. If you want to give some other setting, that is also possible. With the P2, we can give P3, we can create multiple paragraph format we can use. Okay, for different windows, we can again utilize it. Okay. So today what we'll see is we'll see how to use the templates and then we will try to redesign the things also so that it looks good. Okay. So we have two concepts called templates and tables. Okay, guys. So can anyone explain? Do you know the concept of tables and templates? Say yes or no in the comment section. Anyone of you know the concept of, yeah, picture says yes. Great. Anyone? Other guys? Okay. So first, let's discuss one concept called templates and tables. Okay, which are widely used and the most important question people ask in the interviews actually. What is template, what is tables? Okay, so I'll just explain first. Normally, like let me tell you briefly, table versus I'll write here. Okay, table versus template. Okay, so table. Okay, so tables we call it as it's a dynamic content. Okay, it's a dynamic object. If you want to print some data in the table somewhere in the smart form, we can give it in the table. Okay, and the row are not fixed for that, but column can be fixed. Yeah, table for dynamic data. Correct, Raji, that's correct. And template we call it static data. Like when we are going to print something on the smart form, right? When we are going to print this over here, right? We know what is address, but we do not the we know we do not know the exact number of like how much length the address can be, right? Or we can say that I want to submit a form. Okay, let's suppose we are giving some survey, right? What we do mostly over there. Okay, what we do mostly over there is like let me create one table over here. Okay, so if you are going to some mall or somewhere, right? People ask to fill you the information to sometime that sir give this survey or something. So you know that what all information you have to fill because he will give you one form and say we need to fill this information over there. Okay, so let me just create it over here. Okay, this is not the third window. I need only two columns. Okay. So now let me take it here. So what did they say is, sir, kindly write your name. Okay. And then your age and mobile number. Okay. And then they said that you will be getting the price and all, right? So that's how the people scam and take our data. Correct. So this is fixed. He will not ask any other information beyond this, because their application or their form, which they are paper form or something, that does not have any other information which they are looking for, okay, or they are going to print for. But okay, but what happens that when you are going to the DMart, okay, in the DMart, what happens that you get some items from the stores, right? And then what you do is that you go to the billing counter and you say that scan this item, correct? So they just scan this item, and then what happens next is that that will be added to your card, correct? So how that get added? So let me show over here once, okay, so that it will be more clear. So we can say item number, okay, item name, and then I think I need two more column. Insert, right, one more, insert, right. And then what we have next is quantity, how much quantity you have taken, right? And then price. Okay, leave the total price for now. So you gave one item, right? You gave one item, said Maggie, okay? Quantity 2 piece, price is 30 rupees each, okay? Now you forgot one more biscuit packet, okay? You forgot one packet. You went again to the cart and then you brought it and then you gave it to the vendor who is sitting over there, the representative. Then what he will do, he will again scan it and he will give you one more item, right? So this is dynamic. We can create it, we can dynamically delete it also. Now you want, okay, I do not want this biscuit. What you can do is you can ask that user to delete it, right? We can delete this also. So this is dynamic actually. This data rows are dynamic. Column can be fixed, okay? Which all columns you want to see, but the data can be dynamic. It can be 100 line, it can be 50 line, it can 30 line. But in the template, okay, in the template, when we fix it that these are my headers, so only one data you can print. Or if you want to, like you want to print one more name over here, two times you want to print, then only two times only you can do it. But you have to define it before you are designing this in the smart form. Okay, so now what I can fill is I can fill only my name, right? So name I can say ABAPX is 29, okay, or mobile number, anything, okay. So this is fixed. Now you cannot enter anything apart from these things, correct? But if I want to add one more line item here, right, that's possible. I can add some kurkure, okay, quantity 5 4, or we can give some amount. So this is a feasibility. We have this, see, this is also data we will be getting from the tables, right? Table data will be, and this data also will be getting from the table data. But here we can add n number of times, okay, we can add n number of times wherever the possible, and then we can say nth item, okay, and any quantity or anything, okay. But here only it is fixed, it got fixed, we cannot use anything. But some chances that if you want to design something, okay, based on your thing, that I want one more column, okay, so how will you do it here? I'm not getting that insert option again because it does not have a space or what. Hmm, okay, I'm not good at PPT, but let's go. Okay, so if you want to create one more structure kind of thing, okay, if you want to create, if I just go to insert, okay, and you want some schema like that, okay, if you want some schema like this, that you go to a mall again, okay, and that time what they say is we are looking for information which is a couple information, okay. I can say, so that will be more of better example actually for now. So what this is, we are looking for a couple kind of thing, okay. So what he will give you form like this: name, age, okay, age, and then what he can give is mobile number. Now here you can write your name, right? You can write your name. So I can write ABAPX then age I can say 35, mobile number, any mobile number is fine. Okay, then here you can write the second name also. Okay, but again after putting the second name, okay, age I can take any age. Okay, mobile number is any number. Now this is got again fixed. You cannot enter anything beyond two data. Either this data is there and this data is there. You can print two data based on this column, but you cannot go for the third column, right? But in the table, it is not like that. In the table, you can print after this also. Okay, like suppose we have more columns also. So n plus one also you can do over here. So let me just do it with more. That looks good. So that is the difference between the table and the templates. Okay. Template, if you feel that you do not want to print much of data and it is fixed, you know what has to be printed at that time in the smart form again and again, then you go for template. But you do not know about the data, like how many rows it can be, how many okay data it can have 20, it can have 25. Okay, so you can go for table part. Okay, so if you go normal example like in SAP, what example it fits over here, like I want to print my customer data. Okay, so if I go to ME23N, okay, so this is one of the purchase order. Okay, I have not opened that, it was already open. So if I want to print my vendor information, okay, so vendor information is one only, right? Only one vendor can be there in, like we can have multiple vendors also, but currently it has only one vendor. You want to print this information in your smartphone. So where can you print? You can print in any of the window and you can use a template also. Like you can fill the name of this person. So if I want to search, okay, what is this vendor actually? Just press F4, okay, and some name or something is there, okay, not coming. So looks like they're following some other naming convention. It can be, so it is something like that, 3000 or something is coming, okay. What is this? CB New York, right? So we'll search with C.E.B. So names C.E star, that will be fine, I guess. Let's see if something is coming. Okay, we are not getting that. Okay, so this is, I think this is the one, CB New York. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. So if you see here, what's the vendor number? It's 3000, which is coming here, right? I want to print this information in my smartphone. So what I'll do is I'll just say vendor name one, city, postal code, city, and system. This much data I can print in the smartphone. Okay, based on that. But if I come here, if you see here, the vendor is fixed, only one vendor is here. But if you come here, there are three lines are there, 10, 20, 30. So in the smart form, when you are going to print this PO, okay, how many lines will be printed? Three line items will be printed. But in future, let's suppose one user came and they edited this and added one more line, right? Possible, right, guys? They can add one more line over here and then enter the plant. Okay, they can add one more line item. So in the future you don't know which line item you have to add. Okay, how many lines can be added? So in that case what you can go is go for table, which is dynamically it is generating. Okay, so it's asking restrict value Atlanta. Okay, so now we can save it. So once next time when you're going to print the smart form, total four line will be printed. Likewise 10, 20, 30 can be printed. So that is the main difference when we are coming to the smart form template and tables. Hope it's clear, guys. Say clear or not clear, guys, so that I'll get to know. I have not received any input by now. Okay, so no problem. Guys, at least yes, no, clear, not clear. If I'll be get to know, then only that it's working for you guys or not working. Am I audible, guys? Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll use the template thing to print the customer information. Currently, the customer information is not being printed, right? If I'll just execute it, okay, give any number which we have taken from the table. Okay, let me take it from the table. Okay, go to the BBRK table because we are working on the bill print. So we'll go to BBRK, which is our header table. Take any number, bill document number, go here, keep this number, execute. Okay, execute. See, we are not printing any customer information. So nothing is coming over here and it is blank. Okay. So now let's use the template to print the customer information. So how to use the templates? Okay. So if you'll open this window, it is blank, right? It is blank. Nothing is coming. So just right click on this window. Okay. We are in not in edit mode. So let's go to edit mode. Right click on this window. Then click option create. We have option called template. Okay. So click on the template and we get one template over here. Okay, now we can see one more design screen is coming like that. Okay, you can see this is similar to design screen. Actually, see, we designed this main window and all. Now inside this window we are designing one more template or some small window, we can say. Okay, and the total length from here to here should be equal to the length, height and width of this window. It cannot flow more than this. Okay, if we have to write or use this field based on this only, that it should fit. So what's the size, width of this window? This size of this window we can see in the output control, and the height is 5 centimeter and width is 10 centimeter. Okay, so from here to here it is 10 and from up to down is 5. Okay, so we can utilize only that much part. So let's do that. Okay, so if you come to the templates, here we can see the width is fine. So total details, if I go here, it says total width is 10 centimeters. So it is automatically taken 10 from this window. Okay, now we have to design this window accordingly. So guys, we saw in the PPT, right, like which all fields we require. So we require 3 fields, right? So if I'll go to PPT again, so we required what we required. Okay, I have not given it here. So we can create one new slide. Okay, we'll print 3 information. Okay, so we will take only name and then mobile number and city. Okay, sorry. And we will print information like this. Okay, name, or we'll take ID also. Okay, customer ID or vendor ID, anything. Then we'll give the name, we'll give the mobile number, and we'll give the city. Okay, so these things will be printing in the smart forms. Okay, and this data will be picked from the database. Okay, this is constant, we have to give, right? We are giving the labels like which all things these are, but this will be picked from the labels. Okay, so let's create that. So first we have to design that window actually. So we have to go to the table painter again. Click here, we can see some table painter. So guys, I think my screen is more than visible. Let me increase the size again. So 170 150 I can do. Okay, make it bit more better. And now, can we see this pencil over here? Right? Draw lines and columns. So this option comes when we are hovering over the pencil. See, if a pencil is not select, we get these 4 things. Okay, the left, right, and up and down. But if we click on the pencil, okay, now we will see the pencil. So we have to select the pencil button from here. Okay. Now, first, how many windows we need? Okay, how many windows we need? So windows means we need one left side, we need one right side. Only 2 partition we need in that window. If you need three partition, then you can create three also. So that is also possible. But let's create first two partition. Okay. So we'll make it 50-50. Okay. So that will look more good. Otherwise 125, 140, that also we can do based on our length of the field. Okay. So how to give the partition? So you can see this pencil, go onto the top, this dotted line and click there and come till down. Automatically it will create one partition. See, you can see some partition is created, right? It is not in line correctly, based on the 50%. If you want to give, you can give that, move it like that. Okay, that's possible. So if you want to give proper center, then see, now we have created two partition. Okay. Now, how many rows we want actually? Okay, so in the designing, if you see, we need one, two, three, four rows, right? So we'll create four rows over there. How to get the rows? See, for column wise, we went from up to down. Row wise, we'll go from left to right. So you can see this left button, left, this. Let me increase size bit more so that it will be more clear. Okay. Can you see these dotted lines over here? So we have to pick that line again. Okay. Click, single click from with the mouse. Okay, and stretch it bit. A little bit stretch is okay. Second line we can create like that, and total four. See, so we needed four columns only, one, two, three, four rows only we wanted. So we created four rows over here. Okay, let me just decrease the size so that it will look good. Okay, now we will use these four rows. Okay, we will use these four rows. One we will use for name purpose. Okay, we will use this one for name. Okay, so we can give the name. How we can give the name? We can go to one option available. Mm, One sec. So why we are not getting that option now? Okay, let me save it and come back to the screen again. Okay, just save it. Let's go to change mode again. Okay, go to the page, customer window. We have this template. Okay, why we are not getting that thing over here? Is it because of size we have increased? Let me remove this form painter. Okay, can you see this design over here, guys? So this will be used to give the name of this column. Okay, it is not recommend. It is not required actually, but just because you should not forget when you are writing the code for this kind of thing, then we will just try to give the name. Okay, can you see here C1, C2, C3, C4? So let's give the name over here. I'll say first one is ID. Okay, second one I'll give as name. This is for us purpose. We want to use it for name, so we can use this. Okay, this is for mobile and this is for city. Okay, so if you'll go back to table painter, automatically the name will be changed. Okay, but this is only name. Okay, we have to give the labels still. We still have to give the labels, like we give the, if you want to paint the things, we have to give that. Okay, these are the names we have given to these nodes. Like we have given to these names, right? Invoice window, this is my name. But if you want to print something, you have to create the things accordingly. Similar way, we have only given the names. Like this column row will be calling as IT, this row will be calling as a name. But if you want to print it, you have to give a print thing. So how do we print anything in the smart form? So we need a text element, right? We use the text element over here in the, okay, object and does not exist. Looks like some error. Oh, it's got some infinite loop, I guess. What happened? Okay, so we'll create one template. Okay, we have created one template. Now let's create the text. Let's print the values. How to print the values? We need a text element, right? So just right click on the template, create, and then we have text node over here. So let's create, how many rows we are going to print total for, what happened? CSP editor does not exist. Guys, anyone know this error? I have not seen this error ever actually. CSP editor control get object. Hope it will not give any issue. Okay. CSAP ASAP editor control get object does not exist. Okay, what could be the error here? Guys, just give me a moment. I think I will have to connect my other laptop. Let me unshare my screen. Let me open the SAP in my other laptop, which is currently on. Just give me a moment, guys. Sometimes some issues come and then our work gets stopped actually. Time. Okay, meeting passcode. I got it. 307277. Oh, that's okay. 894 7862 3372. Guys, be there for some time. I'm connecting my other laptop actually. I don't know what is this problem. I need to resolve this issue, otherwise I will not be able to work on the smartphone here. Actually, this laptop is not completely configured. The last laptop which I was using, I had to return it and he gave me another laptop. Okay, let me share my screen over here. Share screen is disabled. Give the host permission. Looks like my day is not good today. My another session was also What happened here? Yes, now I think I can share my screen. SAP logon. Yes. Okay. Let's go to SmartForms. Okay. This was a print change we were doing it. Yes, can you see my screen again? So let's go to customer windows, templates we have. Okay. And then what we did is we created one text node. So let's create one text node over here. So I'll just hide this part for now, and primary focus is template. Okay. So we'll be creating the template. So what we did by now is we created four rows. Actually, we are going to print four items over here and the name, city and all. So let's create four template first. Okay. Then click text. Okay. We'll give the name also for those text that we are going to use. Okay. So in the template, we have 3, 4 settings which we have to do to make it looks better and to be used. Otherwise, the data will not print correctly. So let's first give the name of this one. This will I will be using for ID. Okay. This is my ID text. This is my name text. Okay. If you give it, it's fine. If you don't give also, that's fine. It will not give you an error. But just to identify clearly, you should give actually. Okay. So these are the labels which you're going to use for your templates. Okay. So I'll just use city. Now we have given the name. Now let's print the data inside. So how to print the data? So if you double click on this, this window will come. This is called graphical window over here, right? We can go to editor mode, change the editor. Okay. Go to and then change editor, right? So we can write or print something over here. If you want to print, use some thing actually, the paragraph format or the bar format. So we can use a P1 also. Okay. So we can give like here customer ID. Okay. Then we can use the sect one. So if you are not going to print any value or something, then directly we can give the name here also. But if you want to add some field value, which is dynamic value coming from the DB or some variable, then you have to use this insert field. Okay. So I'll be directly writing the things over here for the thing. So name, I'll write the customer name here. Now mobile number, write mobile only. Okay. City, we can write the address over here. Enough. Okay. So now we have given the labels. Okay. So let's check and try whether it's working fine or not. Activate it. So if I give it here, okay, execute, I need have one BBLN number. So I'll take it from VVRP table that you will not be able to see, but I'll take it and copy it and paste there in the smart forms. Okay. I took one number, print it, execute, LP01 and print preview. Okay. Can we see here, right? So what is there now? It is coming, a window is coming because we have some data available, right? We have some address is coming, but all those contents is not coming. Why it is not coming? Because we have to give some more settings over there. So what all settings are we have to give? We have to give to, in the output option, we have to tell where this has to be printed, where this has to be printed. The template, which template we have given, this is some settings is there, right? You can see over here, if you go to template, we have total 2 columns, column 1, column 2. We have 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we saw in the PPT, right? So we have total 4 columns available. So now we have to understand one more concept, how to define these things actually. Okay. So if you see my SAP screen, if I click on details, okay, can you see some values over here? Okay, 1, 2, we can see upper, right? If I just stretch it with, right? Let me stretch bit more. Okay, so it says this is your height of this column, which is 4.8 millimeter. Okay, This is height for name thing. Height means this height which we have given here, right? So how much we are going to stretch? We are stretching this, right? So this is height. How much height you have given? 4.8 something we have given. Okay. And then if you'll go here, we says the width also. So if you, this is height, and then this is unit is fine. And then it says how many columns you have. We have column 1, column 2. There is no column 3. If you see here in the table printer, we can say column 1 and column 2, right? Column 1 and column 2. So we have, what is the width of this? So we had total 10 bits, right? We saw in the details, right? We have taken 10. So it has divided equally in two parts, 5 plus 5, total 10. So this calculation is bit required. Okay, when you are designing the smart forms, you might have to do very minor calculation like adding zero point 0.5 here, reducing the zero point 0.5 here, so that your things which you are going to paint, it prints properly. Okay. And then now we have to understand one concept over here. Let me share my PPT again. Okay. So we designed that smart form, right? So one concept which is used in the table template actually. So let me reshare my screen. If I go to iDoc PPT, okay, create a new PPT over here, new slide. So if you go to, we designed this form by now, right? We designed the template by now. How much we have designed? 2 columns and 4 rows, right? See, I'm using my different laptop. That's the reason I need to do it again. So I printed ID. Okay, I'll not take everything again. Name, mobile, and then city. Okay. And here we are going to print some data. Let's suppose this is ID, this is ABAPX. We are going to print mobile number can be anything. City can be Pune. Okay, fine. Now I'm saying this is column, this is column. So when we create or design something in the column and row format or in the Excel, okay. So the top level thing, okay, like we have A, B, C, D and all, like if I give here, so we call it, these call it as columns, which is C1 and C2. Okay, so let me take one more table over here. Okay, we call it as C1 and C2, which is column. Okay, C1, this is my C2. We have two columns. Okay, you have to understand this concept actually. And then we have rows. Okay, these are row actually we are going to print. So how many rows we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Total we have 4 rows available with us, right? So what are the name of these form? If I want to ask you which column I am in, okay, let me just take it one row also. One sec. So insert table. If I take 4, can we invert this actually? I'm not sure. Okay, no problem. I'll take one single one only. Table 4. Okay, I'm going to use this only now. Let's reduce the size. Okay, this is my R1. Okay, this is my R2, right? This is my R3, row 3, and this is my R4. Okay, now if I ask you that I want to print, my circle, my cursor is here. So can you tell me guys which row and column you are going to say? Where should I refer? You might have used the Excel, right? Microsoft Excel. There also we get A1, B1, A2, C2 likewise. So if I want to say, just tell me, what is my position of here? So can you just, guys, anyone can tell me what is my position over here? How will you denote that number? Kindly write in the chat box. Guys, let's make it fast. We have 2, 3 more things we have to cover. how will you denote that number where we are currently? Okay, let me tell you. So if I want to tell which location you have to go, which position you have to go for this one is, there are two ways actually. We can read the things in two way. Okay. One, I can say go to C2 and R2, or this can be R3, I guess. Yeah. So if I say go to C2 R3, okay. So if you see here, what is my C2? This is my C2, right? What is my R3? So R1, R2, R3. So if I went C2, so this is my C2 and then R3 is here. It is denoting the number over here. So this is my position for C2, R3. Or you can do also opposite also, okay? If I copy and paste it, or you can write opposite also. You can say, sir, go to R3 and then C2. Okay, so how will I traverse? First, I will see how many rows are we are having. I'll say R1, R2, R3. Okay, I reached here. Now you says go to C2. So this is my C1 and this is my C2. So now we have seen, okay, if I want to come here, so what is here my, this is my C2 and R4, right guys? That's how we traverse in the Excel. Let me open one of my Excel. Okay, if I am writing some data over in the Excel, how it's gonna look like? It is similar view. Okay, let me just share my screen again so that it will be more clear to you guys. I don't want to keep this because without doing that it will be not clear. Okay, it will not be clear until unless you know this concept. See here, this column start with A1. Why 1? Because this is my column name A and this is my row A1. Right guys, if I want to traverse here, if you can see my mark here, what it says here, okay, this is I is not looking good. If I traverse here, it says H is my column and then 13 is my row. So it will come like this. It will come like this, right? If you'll see here, this will come if first here H column and then this is my 13 row. And this is where we are going to put a finger or put a pointer. Okay, a picture, that's yeah, that's the correct answer. So now we have to design our template and this text also. Okay, let's go back to the smart form. Okay, so accordingly we have to design in the smart form as well. We have to tell where this is going to be printed. Okay, where this is going to be printed. So let me share my screen to smart form. Okay, now we have created four things. So ID is my first thing, right? So it should come in the column first and row first. So we'll go to the output section or output option. Here it says line. So which line it is? First, right? And which column it is? First only. That's all. Okay. Now name is coming in my second line, right? But column is first only. We are printing the labels currently. Data will print later. We'll printing the labels only right now. Now mobile number is my, it should come in the third line and it should come in the first column. Okay, and city is my fourth line. Okay, column should be first line. That's all. You have printed the label with this help. Actually you have tell where are going to print this in your template. Let's execute and see it's gonna work or not. Okay, or are we missing some values over here? That also we can see in the debug mode if something is not working. Okay, give this printer lp01 and try it. Can you see here guys? Can you see customer ID is printed, customer name is printed, mobile is printed, but I think city is missing. So let's see why city is missing, why we are not able to see the city over here. I think we might have done some mistake for the city part. Let's go and see. So city is not being printed. Line number 4, column 1. This is perfectly fine. Okay, that should not be an issue. Where can be the issue actually? So let's go to template. Go to the template and let's check the width. Actually I think that might be some width issue, so let's adjust it again. Okay, sometimes the due to width we are not able to print all the information. Okay, let's try and activate and let's see that's gonna work or not. I have adjusted the width. Okay, still it is not coming. The city part is not coming. What can be the other issue over here? City name is address. Okay, that got printed at the first name itself, right? I think that was being printed. So go to web properties, output option, line number 4, column number 1, that is fine. Mobile number 31 is fine. Name 21 is fine. ID name 1 is fine. Guys, did you observe anything wrong in the other thing? Did you observe anything which is I am missing actually? Did any one of you observe anything which I am missing? Customer ID, customer name, mobile, all are being printed, but address is not being printed. Why? What could be the reason? So let's see here. Go to the details. Okay. ID, name, mobile number, city. So total height 5, 5, 4, 10. 5, 10, which are piece 20 we have given the height. 20 plus we have given as a Okay, that's fine. And what is our total height? Let's see the height of template. So how we can see the height size of this window actually. So output option we can see height is 5 centimeter. So 5 centimeter multiplied 10, it should be 50 right? Yeah. So that is also correct. Guys, kindly comment on the section so that we'll get to know whether I'm missing something. Some wrong thing is happening, I guess. Let me delete this and again create one more. Okay, for the address, create and then text. Okay, let's see whether it's gonna work now. General attributes, if we give city, okay, that's fine. Go to the output option, we'll give line number 4, we'll give column number 1. Okay, activate, execute, give the value BBLN LP01. Okay, it is still not coming. So I think something is wrong with the design actually. So city we have given over here. Guys, are you able to observe it? What could be the wrong? Any one of you? Let's give the height in centimeter. Okay, I'll give 1.25 to 5 centimeter each. Okay, because we have total 5 length available. Sometimes that also create the issue, but let's see. Okay, so 2, 3 is fine. 2, 2, 2, 3 is fine. We'll give CM. I cannot see any suggestion in the comment, guys. Are you there with me? Say yes or no. Okay. So let's save it and check it. If still the issue persists. Yeah, now we can see. So that might be the space issue actually. Sometime it happens when the field is not getting the space. We could not see it. So that's the reason we have to give it clearly. Okay. So now guys, we give this column in 2 parts and then we divide it into 3, 4, right? So that is not happening right now. Why it is not happening? Because we have to again give the block, like we gave the block for this window, right? So accordingly, we have to give the block or divider. How we can give here is we have option over there in the printing form itself, table printer. Okay. If I just select here, right? Currently I'm in 4, and then we can see these options. You can see these options, guys. Outer frame, inner frame, okay, left frame. So left frame, if I press, it will give one block like this left side, okay. If we give right frame, it will give a block right side. So we have to design accordingly how many. So left side is not required. Let's create the right side and up and side, okay. So if I just select this, and you can see here, then some line will be created extra, some black color line, right? So similar way we'll create over here, okay. uh, Outer frame, okay, outer frame. So we have to select and give for everything and click on everything. Outer frame. Now again select this one also, outer frame, outer frame, okay. We can accordingly design also, okay. Outer frame. See, if I'm giving it outer frame, this middle line, can you see this middle line is not getting printed? So if I'll come here, if I give left, okay, so now this will be becoming bold. Can you see it bold? So this we have to give as a bold also, okay. This outer frame we have to add. Then we can see some spacing or the border actually. So let's see how it's gonna look like. We have done for some, not for all, okay. So if you have to give the setting, you can use that button, okay. See here, we can see that spacing is coming between. Now we can see all 4 fields are coming over here, okay. All 4 fields are coming over here. Now we want to print the customer ID for this invoice, customer name, mobile and city, okay. So for that, first we should have a value also, but that we do not have currently. So now we need to fetch the data from the tables, okay. How we can fetch the data from the tables? We have to go to the global definition, go to the initialization tab, and here we will write the code to do that. We are not using the report program currently, so we'll use this program for now, okay. We will move this code to the report program and then we'll use a standard one, okay. So go to select single, okay, from KNA1 into GS KNA1, okay, where select single star from KNA1 into GS KNA1, where we have table field, right? Corner equals to, and we'll be getting this information in the GSVBR, okay. Okay, guys, this we'll see tomorrow, okay. We will, because it's been almost 1 hour, people started leaving. So let's meet tomorrow and then we'll continue, okay. If you have any doubt, you can post in the group, you can message me, I can help you to answer those questions.